A bit of a different video from me today. We're going to be looking at a lot of Sigma products because they very kindly reached out to me and sent me some PR. I know, I was shocked too. If you've been on my channel before, you will know that I love bright, colourful, vivid eyeshadow. But for those of you that have been paying close attention, especially to my palette collection videos, you will know that I have a secret passion for Sigma. I don't typically film with the palettes that I get from them, but I do have quite a number in my collection and I do like all the Sigma stuff that I own. Not necessarily that I've done videos on them. So I'm excited to actually dive into some Sigma today on my channel. I've got an eyeshadow palette that they've sent me, I've got a colour switch, I've got cream blush, I've got, oh, even a brow gel. I've got two brushes and I've got the eyeshadow primer, which I've been wanting to try for the longest time. If you do like Sigma as well and you want to pick anything up from their website, I do now have an affiliated code if you want to save yourself some pennies when you're shopping on their site. So thank you so much for supporting my channel if you do use my codes. Let's talk about what we're going to be using. So first up, I did already use this. This is the Spectrum Colour Correcting Duo Light to Medium. There's two shades in this and this is fantastic even if I'm not wearing makeup. If I just want to do a little bit of cover up and concealing, this is absolutely perfect. Both of these are fantastic for my skin tone. Like I say, it is the light to medium. The packaging's super cute and it definitely does cover up any blemishes or anything you want hidden without being cakey and too much, if you know what I mean. You can use a sheer amount or a lot, and I even use it underneath a foundation as well, you know, if you've got something that you really want to cover up, even with a full coverage foundation. So I do really like this. I have had this product before, so I know that this is definitely a favourite. And I like the compact it comes in, and you do get a little mirror with that one. But like I say, I have already used that one today underneath my foundation. Shall we go in with the brow gel? I've been wanting to try a new brow gel for a little while now. It's been on my list of things to buy, but it's one of those things that's not an exciting purchase, and it's a bit like, you know, like when you've got to buy eyelash glue, that type of thing. But we're going to give this a go today. I really like the packaging of this. It's the Tint and Tame Brow Gel. This is in clear, and I always like to buy a clear one if I'm buying one for myself, just because you don't know what shade you're going to get. And I do use different products to colour my brows and fill them in a little bit. So with a brow gel, I do prefer a clear one. Okay, now you're zoomed in. Let's actually see what this is like. It's a little bitty wand and it's not too big for the brow area, so I'm just going to run this through my brows first, backward, just so it coats the brow hairs, and then I will just angle them where I want them to be. I quite like that this is like a long wand as well, because some of the shorter ones, like, you can't see what you're chuffing doing. But with this, I can definitely see. And I've never tried a brow gel from Sigma before, so this is exciting. Okay, so that is in. We're going to let it dry down and we're going to see how it is towards the end of the video. I feel very, very bougie because one of the things they sent me was the Renew Lip Oil. I love a lip oil. I have a massive lip oil collection and I'm excited to add Sigma to that. It's a really nice pinky shade. It is in the shade Tranquil. So it's cute packaging. I like the doe foot as well. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit pigmented, if you know what I mean. It's not going to be fully clear and it's not going to be a really opaque colour either. So it's that sort of hybrid in the middle, which is what I really appreciate in a lip oil. I have got a little bit of lip liner on currently. I did use a little bit of the P. Louise lip liner in Faithful. Yeah, that's got just a lovely amount of pigment to it. That's added the tiniest little bit of pink tinge to the lip, as well as feeling really, really comfortable and not sticky. I can't stand a sticky lip oil that's pretending to be a lip gloss. It really bugs me when I try a lip oil that looks like it's coloured in the tube and then I put it on the lips and it's just fully clear and I might as well have just bought anything. So I really appreciate that we do have that little bit of tint there, and the formula feels really nice. It says enriched with jojoba jojoba oil. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it. Sunflower seed oil and vitamin E. So I'm a fan of that. Okay, I'm excited to try this cream blush. I haven't powdered in my blush area in preparation for this. Packaging again, Goals. Cream blush in Pashmina. It does have a little mirror and the colour of this is beautiful. It is a beautiful light pinky leaning coral. and I think this is going to look stunning. And I'm going to apply it with one of the brushes they sent me. They sent me two brushes, one eyeshadow brush, which we'll come to later, and one face brush, which is the F47 Multitasker. So I believe you can use this for all sorts of different things. I would perhaps use this actually for blush. Looking at it, that feels so soft. Oh, that's nice. I do really like the quality of Sigma brushes. I have my favourite highlighter brush in my collection that I've had for a while, which is the F03. And I feel very bougie having this one. And I use it all the time for highlighter. I pop it on the side of the brush, rub it on, and then use the fluffy edge to blend out. That's also got a cat hair on it. So I knew the quality of the brushes were good because I use the eyeshadow brushes that come with the palettes as well, and I absolutely love those ones. And I do also have, and I've had this for a while, the Sigma Eyeliner E11, which is a teeny tiny little liner brush, which is just handy if you're doing, you know, funky looks. But I'm excited to give this face brush a go, and of course I'm going to use it with the blush, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see what this colour and formula is like. So we're going to dab in and then dab on. That brush feels so soft, it is beautiful. Oh, okay, that is not coming off too pigmented straight away. That is the perfect amount of pigment. That's lovely. It's going to be interesting to see if this dries down because I do not like a sticky face, and I might have to powder it if it doesn't, but we will test. I feel like it's quite a sheer blush, but then it can be buildable as well, which is my favourite when it comes to cream blushes. I don't want something too pigmented straight out of the gate. I want something I can add to if I need to, and it's not disturbing my foundation underneath. I need to stop adding blush, but that colour is beautiful. Formula so far, beautiful. If it dries down as well, exquisite. Do I have blush blindness? Sometimes. I think that looks absolutely stunning. It's that nice wash of colour with a little bit of a dewy finish to it. But like I said, we're going to see if it dries down. But that colour, I may need more colours in this blush. And another thing they sent was the Sigma switch, the colour switch. This is the best colour switch that I have tried, and I find these really handy. Like, I literally have one that I've been using for the longest time. Don't judge me for the eyeshadow that's on it, it does need a clean, but I just use it all the time. It's so handy to clean off your brushes. Like, I don't always want to have a dirty towel lying around, and this is super easy to clean. It's got different parts on it. There's an eyeshadow part, actually says on which is used for what brush. So there's eyeshadow, blending, cream, blush and highlight. And then on the other side there is the same as well as powder and liquid. Like, I just find this so handy to have on my desk. So if you don't have one and you like using a lot of different eyeshadows, you go in between lots of different looks and you want to clean off your brushes, I really do rate this product. I've had it for well over a year now, possibly 2 years, and I'm excited that they sent me another one. But with me already having one, I might save this for somebody else, so someone else can enjoy it. Okay, the eyeshadow primer. I've heard people raving about this like for such a long time, and it's been in my wish list and in baskets of mine that I do online forever, and I've never got around to purchasing it, so I'm super grateful to Sigma for sending me one. This is in the shade Persuade. Now, spoiler, I have already tried this quite a few times. I think I've tried it about 4 times now since getting this package, and I am a fan. I think I first tried it in, was it my last video that was on my channel? And I was blown away at the fact that after I'd applied it, then sat and talked about what look I was going to do, I came back to look at my eyes and I didn't need to tap out my eyeshadow primer, which I normally always have to do. There's a lot of creasing going on, but not with this one. And I'm not sure if it's because this one is a little bit more matte of a formula as opposed to what I'm used to using, but I am a fan of this eyeshadow stick. And I get the hype now, I get it, I understand. So if you are prone to creasing on the lids, I feel like an eyeshadow primer like this would be really, really useful just to prevent that from happening. I mean, it doesn't guarantee no creasing, but it will definitely help. And I've also had no issues whatsoever blending on top of this eyeshadow primer. Everything, even the palettes that I'm super used to with their formulas, work magically on top of it, so I have definitely found a good primer. It might actually be my new favourite, to be honest, because that's the one that I've just been reaching for. And I don't feel the need to go back to the other ones I'd been using. Okay, so let's talk about the palette that they sent. It's the Warm Neutrals palette, which will make all the neutral lovers on this channel very, very happy because I very rarely dig into neutrals when I'm filming. Now I do have, like I say, quite a few of the Sigma eyeshadow palettes that I use when I'm not filming, and I really love them. There's just something about them. I'm not normally gravitating towards more neutral leaning palettes because they're not all fully neutral with full-on browns all of the time, but they are definitely neutral compared to what I'm used to using on my channel. But yeah, if I'm going to be getting ready, if I want to go to work or to town and I don't want something bright and colourful, Sigma will typically be what I reach for. I just find something about the colour stories, the aesthetic of the palettes, and definitely the quality of the mattes. I have got some close-ups and swatches for you of the palette in case you're interested, so we'll dive into them, then we'll do a look. So as you can see, it's a stunning palette. It actually does look so beautiful. I don't know what it is, just staring at this, it just feels very decadent and opulent. Every time I stare at a Sigma palette, that's how I feel. And I love the fact that they come with the brush. Now, other palettes that may come with brushes, the brushes may not be of the best quality. I have never come across a palette that is sold with a brush that the brush is good quality. Apart from Sigma. Literally, these brushes are so good. However, I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that it is double-ended. I don't like that in any type of brush, but I'm glad that we do get the brush included because, like I say, I love these. On one side you do have more of a fluffy blending brush, and on the other side is more of a packing brush, which I absolutely love because that is usually the type of brush I start with in my outer corner to pack on my deepest shade. Speaking of packing brushes, interestingly, the brush that they have sent to me for eyeshadow is the E25, and it is a flat packer brush. And like I say, these, I look for these in my collection all the time. When I'm starting out doing any sort of eyeshadow look, this is the type of brush that I'm reaching for first. They are my favourite and I love them. So I like it because it's pinched and flat. So like I say, you can pack on that shadow to make it full pigment, but then it is fluffy and blendy on the edge. So this is the absolute perfect brush that they could have sent to me, to be honest. So because we do have sort of a pinky cheek going on and a pinky lip, I'm feeling like we're going to lean towards the pinks in this palette because we do have more of a murky brown here that's sort of got a green leaning tone to it, as well as more of a greeny leaning shimmer. Would we use the greeny leaning shimmer? That's tempting. I don't know, but we're going to start with the pink mattes, I think. So I think the shade I'm going to start with is this one here. And then we might go into this one. I think that could be the plan. So I'm taking that shade on the E25 brush and I am just going to pack that into the outer corner because I want it to be deep and dramatic out here, and I want to possibly keep it lighter toward the inner corner, so there's a lot of contrast between the outer and inner corners, which is just my favourite kind of thing to do, to be honest. But look at that rich pigment. I do love the mattes from Sigma especially. The shimmers are nice. They're not as good as some of my indie shimmers. They're not as impactful and spectacular as some of those. However, they're nice shimmers. They're easy to pick up on a brush. They are nice to work with and they look beautiful on the lid. And of course, I do realise I got these things in PR, but that definitely does not dictate my opinion or what I'm going to share about what I'm trying. If there is something that I don't like, I will point out that I don't like it, or what I do like about something. I'm going to be honest with you regardless of if it's been sent to me or whether I bought it with my own money. Maybe we'll do kind of like a flicky outy situation toward the outer corner. I feel like that does kind of flatter my eye shape. Like literally this matte is just wanting to blend out with itself and it is stunning. I love it when a shadow is so easy to work with. Then taking that second shade Rouge, which is this one here, and I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette, and I'm going to use the more flat packer type of brush. And I'm going to start to press that in, but not take it too far toward the inner corner because, like I said, I want to keep that a bit more light and bright. And I am just packing this above my natural crease because otherwise it's going to get lost Honestly, when I read the email from Sigma reaching out to me, again, using my colour switch, like if you ever see me looking down, it's because I'm rubbing my brush in my colour switch. When I got the email and read it, I'm like, this is not really Sigma. I was convinced that it was a scam email. I'm like, no. And I went into my Patreon group that I've got on Telegram and asked my dumplings, and I'm like, do we think that this is legit? And lo and behold, it is. So I'm internally screaming inside, just so you know. I've taken that a bit closer to the inner corner than I planned because it's just such a lovely shade. Oh. And of course, no matter how neutral a palette is, I will be making it as dramatic as physically possible. Okay, then I think I want to go into the shade Passion Fruit, which is this nice light pink here. And I'm going to take that shade on the other side of the brush that comes with the palette and just very gently tickle on the edges of what I've already placed down, just so that it's as seamless as can be out there. Like I said earlier, dramatic. I have just done the same on the lower lash line, and I think I want to place Humble, which is a very light creamy matte, on the inner corner and see what happens. I mean, it might be too close to my skin tone to really make that much of a difference, but let's see. Let's go, Humble. I do love a matte inner corner. Okay, that is definitely brightening things up. I do just like to press it in before I blend it out. Oh yeah, okay, leading into those pinks, that is cute. Okay, and then now it's time for some shimmers, and I'm thinking, oh, that is absolutely divine. Or there's Beaming, or there is Fool's Gold, which is the green. I mean, Charmer looks really nice because that is nice and light. I definitely think we're going to be using Charmer toward the inner part of the lid. Oh, Russet, hello. Russet would blend beautifully into the outer part. Oh, hold on, Iconic. I'm running out of fingers here. Iconic. Okay, we have a lot of options. Okay, I'm going to start out with Charmer, like I said, just to keep the inner part a little bit lighter. This feels like a very smooth formula for this eyeshadow, like leaning towards a satin because it's so smooth. Then I think I'm going to go into this shade here, and I think I'm just going to take this on my finger and sandwich it in between the matte and the shimmer, like a sandwich. I'm going to work on the blend a little bit more. I'm going to put on some mascara and lashes and all of that stuff, and then we'll come back and discuss the things that I've tried in today's video. So final look complete, and I think it looks really, really beautiful. Still very dramatic in the eyeshadow, which is my absolute favourite to do. And I was still able to create some drama even with a warm neutral palette, and I think it's turned out really, really nicely. So let's go through the different things I tried and my thoughts on them. Sigma Switch, like I said, already knew I absolutely love this product. If you haven't tried it and you're looking for a new colour switch, I would really recommend this one. It is constantly on my table and I'm using it every single time that I do my makeup. Again, another product that I had already tried and loved is the Spectrum Colour Correcting Duo in light to medium, and like I say, perfect little compact, even to stick in your handbag, companion to cover up any blemishes or anything like that, even if it's a no makeup day. Super duper handy. And the things that I haven't tried before, like this blush, I forgot that I was supposed to powder it down. So as I was just doing the close-ups and showing you the final look and filming that part, I touched my cheek afterwards and I'm like, oh, it's dried down. Which now means I need to go out and purchase other colours in this blush, because that is a fantastic formula. Like I said, I don't like something that's too pigmented straight away. I like something a little bit more sheer when it comes to a cream blush, and something that is buildable, and this colour is absolutely stunning and I love it. I think the packaging is really nice of this. I've got no complaints about this product whatsoever. I think it still looks really pretty, and it does leave a little bit of dewiness to the skin. It's not super duper matte or drying, anything like that. And I think it looks really nice. The brow gel, ooh, let's test. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, What's going on here is basically, you know, sometimes brow gels can make your brows go a little bit crispy. It's not done that. They still feel like eyebrows and nice soft hair, which so far so good, because a crispy brow, I mean, it keeps it upright, but I mean, it's not the nicest. It's doing its job without being crispy. I don't think this is going to be one of those like super brow freeze hold moments. I think it's more of a, I'm going to style, but I'm also not going to turn you into a statue, which actually I prefer. A lot of people might prefer a brow product that would keep everything directly in place all day long and be as crisp and sharp and crunchy as possible, but that is not something that I am after. So I actually really like this. It's definitely keeping my brows where I've placed them. I can definitely feel they're a little bit, they've got product in them, but like I say, not crispy. For me, that is doing a fantastic job, and I really like that as a brow gel. And like I say, with the longer wand as well, I can actually see what I'm doing instead of those really short ones where you kind of have to have your hand in front of your face. So that is good. The brush. I know I was going to love the brush before I tried it, because Sigma brushes are really good quality, and this specific shape, like I say, this is what I look for when I'm buying eyeshadow brushes and using them and reaching for them in my collection. I have a lot that are more flat packer type brushes because I always start out with that for every look. So I'm always going to be needing that, and I don't clean my brushes as often as I should do. So that's why I'm in need of so many of these types of brushes, but I'm a big fan of that one. Obviously, I will wash these brushes that I have tested, use them with some Iso Clean, see how they dry, see how they wear over time, but from first impressions, really nice, especially this one. Like, I've not tried a big fluffy face brush like this from them before, and applying the cream blush with it was really nice. I suppose you could do your bronzer as well, or even foundation if you wanted to, and it is super soft. I'm not going to rub it again because it's got product on it now, but soft bristles, beautiful quality. I can't complain about the brushes whatsoever. The eye primer might be one of my favourite things out of this whole little bundle, because that is the thing that I go through the most, because obviously when I'm reviewing on my channel all the time, every single time that I do my eyeshadow, I'm using an eyeshadow primer, and to find one that is more matte, doesn't crease as much, is a good colour, super handy in a stick form. If you haven't tried it and you were wondering if it was good and you was thinking about purchasing it, I don't think that you would be disappointed. Unless, of course, you've got ridiculously dry eyelids. I'm not quite sure how you'd feel about it then, but I am a fan of this eyeshadow primer. I will continually use it. I think it's definitely replaced the ones that I had been using, and I think this is my new favourite. The eyeshadow palette, like I say, I tried Sigma's eyeshadow formula before and I really like it, especially the mattes. They stand out for me. They are ridiculously pigmented. They are a really nice formula. You're not getting no patchiness. If you get a nice deep matte, it's not going to be going funky. It is a reliable eyeshadow formula, and it does make me laugh that I have these palettes from Sigma and I just didn't review them on my channel before, but this has been a good push to actually review, because not everybody that watches my channel wants constant, bright, colourful eyeshadow all the time. Maybe they do want to see looks that I do when I'm not filming. The fact that you're getting really good quality, oh well, I was going to say brush, but brushes, like a 2-in-1 brush with this as well. You get the mirror, the whole beautiful aesthetic of Sigma. Like, there's just something about the way they put the colour stories together and how they look that just makes me go, ooh. So yeah, please do let me know. I'd be very interested. Would you like to see me review new Sigma eyeshadow that is coming out? Because I can definitely do that. I often lust after Sigma eyeshadow, and if I do end up buying it, it's usually just to keep for myself and not film with, but I definitely can film with the newer releases that are coming out if that is something you're interested in. So please do let me know in the comments. And last but not least, the lip oil. Again, another thing, that and the eye primer were the things that I've wanted to try for the longest time. Again, been in my basket. Now finally trying it, I can see why people like this. The people that I've watched review it, which is why I wanted to try it. And now I actually have the perfect amount of pigment for me. I don't want something too opaque, and I don't want something clear. I want something in between that is good for your lips as well, with nice skincare ingredients. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's still on my lips despite me taking lots of sips of my coffee. I think the formula is really nice. Like I said before, it's not sticky, it feels comfortable, it feels hydrating, which I definitely need because I do suffer from dry lips if I don't keep using lip oils, which is probably why I've got such a large collection now I think about it. Yeah, I think my favourite things are definitely the eye primer and the lip oil, just because they're the things that I've been wanting to try and I've been so impressed now I have tried them. I think the most surprising thing is the blush, because the formula is something that I wasn't expecting. It's definitely the type of formula that I love, and I'd definitely say the thing I'd recommend the most is probably the colour switch, because if you are an eyeshadow lover and you need a colour switch, this one's fantastic. Thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. Don't forget, if you do want to hop over to Sigma's website and you want to save yourself some pennies and support my channel at the same time, please don't forget my discount code. Let me know what you think to Sigma. Should I be reviewing them more on my channel instead of them keeping my little secret and just buying them and using them on my own time? Thank you so much to Sigma for sending me these products and for giving me a code. It blows my mind that you know about little old Kerry in my little old town and wanted to reach out to me. Don't forget to like the video and leave me a comment before you go, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!